Well, welcome to the Friday Devotional. John Miller here with a third installment of what I've entitled The Church That Often Is versus the Church That Ought to Be. And this is part three of a three-part series. And today I want to distinguish between an exclusive church and an inclusive church. The church that all too often is versus the church that ought to be. Um, where new attenders can actually feel the difference between an exclusive church and an inclusive church. So first, the question is, are we selective? Are you and I, as church members, selective? And I turn to James chapter 2, verses 1 through 4, where James gives an example. He says, suppose someone comes into your meeting dressed in fancy clothes and expensive jewelry, and another comes in who is poor and dressed in dirty clothes. If you give special attention and a good seat to the rich person, but you say to the poor one, you stand over there or else sit on the floor. Well, doesn't this discrimination show that your judgments are guided by evil motives? It's a pretty powerful statement by James, but he hits hard on this subject because he has seen it. Do we consciously or subconsciously put people in categories when they come through the door? In this sense, where perhaps well-dressed, good-looking people get our time and attention, while those who look less impressive are bypassed or ignored on a given Sunday. See, people can feel that difference. And so I think it's important for us to ask that question. Obviously, we live in the foothills and gather people from around the foothills, but our Sundays are showing quite an eclectic group that's coming through the door. It's beautiful, beautiful thing. But let's keep in mind as we look around at people we don't know or haven't seen, and how we treat them. Because there's another question to this. The question is, are we truly welcoming to people? And so I pose the question, are we a friendly church? And I think most people would say, yes, we are a friendly church, but that is not all we want to be. The question is not, are we a friendly church, but are we a church that makes friends? You could be a friendly church, but not a church that makes friends, where you just smile at people, shake their hand when they come in the door. But do you really want to make friends with new people? You know, a few verses later in James chapter 2, James says, if you really keep the royal law found in Scripture, love your neighbor as yourself, you're doing right. When we love someone as we love ourselves, and that's an intense or deeper kind of love. And when you love people that way, they feel valued. They don't feel just like a number taking up a seat. You feel valued when they're locking eyes with you and they're asking questions beyond how are you doing. It's when we feel more than just a number. The question is, are we truly interested in getting to know new people? And the healthy church is a church that really wants to make friends of the new faces that we see on Sunday. So that's the question. Are we an exclusive church or an inclusive church? And there are some questions today for us to ponder. So I hope that's helpful, and you have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.